And the thing about it is, when I first went into lifting, I did bodybuilding just because I wanted to get bigger, not because I wanted to be Mr. Olympia or get my pro card and even be competitive. I just wanted to be bigger, fill out the sleeves of my t-shirt. When I was 14, I had the nickname Bird Chest. And isn't it funny how my strongest attribute now is my pecs? I have a huge chest. So maybe all that bullying and that name calling actually did me some good, because now my pound for pound best lift is easily my pressing power, my bench press. So when I got into bodybuilding last year, I did an amateur show in California, and then I also did my first national show. I did that because I was hoping to start a movement and get the message out there that you don't have to pick just one. You don't have to pick just strength and, well, if I want to be strong, I got to lose my abs and I got to just eat a calorie surplus and get fat and get huge. And I didn't want people to think, well, to be ripped, that means you have to sacrifice strength. So I did bodybuilding. I did a bodybuilding show to prove and to hopefully send a positive message to people that you can do both. You can be lean and you can be strong. You can break records and be ripped. Like, you don't have to choose just one or the other. To be a top level bodybuilder, I mean, I'm definitely not no top level bodybuilder yet, but from my short experience, you have to be extremely disciplined. You have to be extremely consistent. You cannot have cheat meals. You cannot drink and party. Like, it's definitely a lifestyle. It's a difficult one, and your love for it has to be very strong. So by far, the posing and the diet, the training is fun. I love getting a pump. So on that note, what I love about bodybuilding is by far the pump. You get to a gym with good lighting and you look twice as big, much more lean. It's like when you get to the perfect spot in the gym, like under the lighting, and they have like the magic mirrors, and then you just turn, you admiring yourself, hitting the tricep pose. It's just, it never gets old. I've been lifting for over a decade now, and that feeling of getting like a really good pump, lifting up your shirt and your abs are popping, your obliques are popping, you have your vascular everywhere. It never gets old, especially, being 2 weeks out from a bodybuilding show. Most recently, I picked up strongman. And I picked up strongman not because bodybuilding and powerlifting is not challenging enough or because I'm not interested anymore. It's because I'm naturally gifted at strength. I can only get so far in bodybuilding. That's me being realistic. Am I gonna be Mr. Olympia? No. It's not because don't have the genetic talent to be Mr. Olympia. It's because I know what it takes to be Mr. Olympia, and I know what needs to be sacrificed. I'm not willing to go that far for bodybuilding. And my goal in bodybuilding is to be a pro bodybuilder, which is still a very difficult goal. I've been bodybuilding for a year now, and at my first national show, I learned just how competitive and just how serious the guys at, not even the pro level, but the guys trying to make pro, just how difficult it is. And when I was up there, staying next to these guys, I felt like I still had so much more work to do before I can even be competitive against them. So I had 2 months training strongman in Iceland, and just from the first week alone, I learned there's 20 different movements, right? There's something like, not exactly 20, but around 20 different strongman movements. There's so many different events, so much new stuff to learn and get good at. And I just saw it as a challenge, and the events are really fun. The yoke walk, the log, the Atlas stone. It's like so different from bodybuilding and powerlifting, the training, because in bodybuilding, powerlifting, you can actually do both with just a barbell and dumbbells. You don't need an Atlas stone or a yoke or a log. You don't need any of the equipment used in strongman. So it's just like a new world. And it's like, I felt like when I went to his gym, I was in a candy store. There's just so much new equipment to try. And I knew it was gonna be good because I have such a strong foundation with powerlifting. What I love so much about strongman is by far the training. There's around 20 something different movements and events, and it's just a new challenge, and it's all super exciting. With powerlifting and bodybuilding, I've done countless squats, benches, deadlifts, barbell curls, dumbbell presses, And it's really exciting to be training entirely different from how I did in bodybuilding, powerlifting, and still be good. Now, the message I want to get across to you guys today is finding what you love is most important. And I've definitely been in a place as a teenager and a young adult where I felt lost. I didn't have any direction. I didn't know what I was going to be doing next year, let alone have a 5-year plan. You know, in school they say, what's your 5-year plan? I have no idea what to be doing the next year. So I wanted a purpose. I wanted to be good at something. And what kept me moving forward and what kept me happy, most importantly, is doing what I love to do. And what I love to do was lift. I look forward more than anything, once I started lifting, to lift. That became my everything. You know, of course, family and friends are important and they can bring me happiness, but the gym was like my palace. It was like my temple. It was like, I can be having the worst day, go to the gym, and it was a great day. So I understand many of you have obligations and responsibilities like school and work and family that may get in the way of training, but all I have to say is that if you love training, you know, and you give it your everything, it can very well one day make you a comfortable living to where you don't have to do the things that you don't want to do to get by. Because I definitely have done all kinds of things to pay my bills. I've done all kinds of things to make a living, you know, because I mean, most of us, we have no choice. Once we're out of school, like we have to figure everything else for ourselves. You know, we have to figure out like what are we gonna do for work and where are we gonna live, and you know, not all of us can just be like, well, I'm just gonna go train and make money from working out. You know, that's the dream. In my humble opinion, I believe to find happiness, you need to first find your purpose, and to find your purpose, you need to be doing what you love to do. So guys, there's your complimentary laugh. Please like, subscribe, drop a comment, turn on post notifications, and I'll be seeing more of you guys soon.